Hello everybody, this is Anna, also known as Anna-Nita on Ravelry, and on the screen you can see where you else can find me if you want to follow me, contact me and so on. It's so nice to have you back. Welcome to the returning and the new viewer, especially to the new ones. I hope you will enjoy the show. And today is Sunday, a very snowy Sunday, and I have lots to show you, and this time also knitting and crocheting. I'm back. I'm a fiber artist again. So, okay, I will grab my notes so I can't forget something. Okay, in this episode I will talk to you about my finished objects, my works in progress, one planned project, so to say, and our make-alongs. And at the end of the episode I will, so that was the right order, and at the end of the episode I will, I think, randomly talk about what was going on the last week. Okay, the first finished object fits into our 3 month taking or going finished at skein along. It's a pair of mittens. It is made of a yarn I have received, I think, from Holland Handmade. So it's not her hand-dyed yarn, it's called Kooipond, but I have forgotten the brand. It was a partial skein, so 50 gram, and I thought it would be great for mittens. And if you can see, this is how I did the thumb correctly as the pattern is told me. Perfect. And then I thought, oh, you know what? I don't care, I will just do what I want, and this is too big. But it's okay, you know, I can handle it. I was going to gift this. I wanted to put it in my treasure chest, but it's not perfect, so I won't gift it. Because the thumb is very, yeah, slouchy. It would be okay if this wasn't so fitted. Because here I had the problem, I didn't knit the thumb long enough. I wanted them to fit very tight because I hate loose mittens and gloves. I hate it. I really hate it. They have to fit, as you say, like a glove. And so first I thought maybe I did this section here too short, but then I realized during knitting this and trying out to wear it, I realized that the problem was that I didn't knit the thumb long enough. So I have here this, you know, my hand is here and here is the fabric, so I still can press it down. I hope you understand what I mean. Oh, I wore my glasses the whole morning and I always have a red point on this side of my nose after wearing my glasses. Okay. The yarn is very pretty, very soft. The pattern is called Mittens to Fit by, I wrote it down, Slavy or Slavy Thompson. It's a free pattern on Ravelry and it guides you through the whole process. You can't do something wrong other than just giving a on the pattern and do what you want with, like I did with this thumb, because this is perfect. This is the size S. They go until large, I think. Well, I have to say I don't really enjoy knitting mittens. It's because of the thumb. I don't like this fiddly. Maybe I should buy some very short needles again. I knit one glove, but I only finished 3 fingers. And then I gave up because it was too fiddly for me. Just, I made it correctly and it was alright, but I didn't enjoy the process. So I thought mittens would be great, only 1 finger. But with the 15 centimeter needles, so 6-inch needles, even if they are smaller, but it's so fiddly. And I know there are needles in the size of, I think 4 centimeters, so 2 inches, I guess. Yeah, about 2 inches. And I had those, but I lost a few of them, and they were invented for knitting the fingers on gloves or the thumbs on mittens. So maybe this would be nicer. And then I want to show you, this is how the pattern wants you to finish the mitten, and it looks very pretty, but I hated it because you have the crown of your mitten and you are decreasing all the time, and then they tell you you have to imagine here are your 4 needles, then you have to put them on 2 needles, and then they want you to flip the mitten around with the needles, and then you have to arrange everything so that the needle pokes out again, and then they tell you how to bind off the stitches. And this turning around without losing stitches and not to break the needles wasn't nice. So I guess for those who enjoy the Kitchener stitch, yeah, that would be a better option, because on the second mitt I didn't want to do it. And yes, I can live with this finishing, because that's how I do my socks. But if you want to have a plain finish, a flat, plain, even finish, I think the Kitchener stitch would be better. I have forgotten how the bind off was called. Was it a knitted bind off? 3 needle bind off? I don't know. But this turning around wasn't nice. Then the bind off was okay, but this with the needle and no. Okay, I don't know if I will wear them. I still have to block them. Maybe I can do something with this thumb so that they feel the same, both feel loose or so. Yeah, but okay, I don't know if I will knit mittens again. Maybe in DK weight or so, but because that's fingering weight. So I'm drinking a chai latte with cinnamon. The other finished object is a hat made out of Lana Grossa Olympia, and I have a Ravelry page for both projects, so a Ravelry project page. I so love this yarn by Lana Grossa. I mean, Lana Grossa in general is an awesome brand. I really love that brand. I think the cardigan is also made of, I think it's also Lana Grossa cashmere tweed. Yes, right. So I made 2 hats before, the same pattern, same yarn, and I still love this. It's a broken rib. I knit this on 8mm needles. 8mm is US 11 on Knit Pro Dreams, on circulars, so with a 40 centimeter cord up to here. On the last row I switched onto DPNs, but I only had 5mm DPNs, but it was no problem. And then I made a pom-pom out of the remaining yarn with the pom-pom maker by Clover, the large size. So pretty. I so love this yarn. The colors are awesome. So I made a hat also already in only these colors. Then blue-white, the hat I pretty much wear every day. And then this, and I think I will buy more of these yarns, so of these colors. I will put it on, but I think it will be a gift for my treasure chest. But I like it. It's very pretty. I think I always wear my hat like this because mostly I'm wearing a ponytail and I don't want to have an alien hat. So with this I can make it fit, looking nice. Yeah. So I can tell you about this yarn and this kind of, or about this pattern and the yarn. The hat keeps its shape, so it always, no matter how often or how long you wear it, it will keep tight enough around your head, and it doesn't get too slouchy. My head doesn't pill yet. Yeah. But I can't. So my blue hat I knit in December, and I wear it pretty much every day. So 2.5 months. We will see how it goes on, but I really can recommend this. This is a half and half acrylic and wool, so around, I think, 74%, and the rest is wool. But normally I don't knit with yarn which has a high acrylic content, but I saw the ball in a yarn store and I couldn't resist, and I don't regret it. It's really warm, nice. It's so much fun to knit this. I had to get used to knit with these big needles, but it's so much fun because I started and finished it on one day. So it's really just, how long does it take? I don't know, 1 or 2 hours or so. And it's so much fun. So definitely recommend this. This goes into my treasure chest. I would like to keep it, but it goes into my treasure chest. I don't know. I have a person on mind who might like it as a Christmas or birthday present, but yeah, I don't know yet. Or I haven't decided yet. Did I forgot something? No. Okay, now we come to the first work in progress. And it's again a pattern by the lovely Claudetta Crochet. It's a very simple triangular granny stripe shawl, but this time I made it out of a DK weight. So about the yarn first, I would say it is, I show you a full skein, Republic of Wool, and I have to search for the tag, so maybe you can read on the screen now which colorway it is. I received it from a very lovely viewer, and I kept it until now because I wanted to make something big out of it, because I had 3 skeins, and so I decided to make a huge cozy granny stripe shawl. As I said, DK weight, and this will be a Christmas present. Yes, I'm already knitting Christmas and crocheting Christmas presents, as I told you, treasure chest along. At the end of the episode I will talk in detail about our alongs, but my goal for this year is to make gifts throughout the year, and so that I'm not in a hurry before Christmas, and I also have something throughout the year to gift to people, for example Easter or birthdays, or you know. Oh, I like this so much because I started to make a crocheted hat out of this yarn, but I didn't like how it was pooling in that stitch I did, because I wanted to crochet the brim and then so flat, then close it in the round and then in this direction, and on the brim it didn't look nice. So I thought about another project and I wasn't sure, but I wanted to have something in which I can use all the 3 skeins, because that would be awesome. So this will be so warm, and it will block out. Sorry, it will block out, but I haven't finished the second skein yet, but it's already big. But as I said, I want to have a huge, like schlanket, and I already know the person, and so I know already who will receive this, because I think these colors look great on her. It's a she. Yeah, and the pattern is Claudetta Crochet. It's a tutorial, German speaking. She is a German speaking YouTuber. But you can easily follow her just by watching her videos. You can turn off the audio if you can't understand German, and just concentrate on what she's doing. She is repeating the stitches multiple times, and it's easy to follow her without understanding what she says. I have already been contacted by English-speaking viewers of my podcast who tried to make something by her tutorials, and they said the same. That it is possible to make something with her videos or by the guidance of her videos without understanding German. So I encourage you to hop over to her channel, Claudetta Crochet. She has 2 or 3 English tutorials also. Yeah, she's awesome. She's very nice. She has so pretty tutorials and projects, and she has easier ones. The most are very easy, and then she also has something for more talented crocheters. And yes, I really like her channel. So I have decided to try to link to everything I was talking about in the description field below. I think it's easier than to do it in the show notes on my website. I'm still figuring out how we want to do this. Yeah, but I will link to most of what I'm talking in the description field below. Oh, I love this yarn. It's so much fun to do. It's so much fun. Okay. It's like the granny stripe blanket, but you have, in a reasonable amount of time, a very pretty finished object. Okay. The second project also is a pattern by Claudetta Crochet. It's her New York shawl. And oh, I forgot to say, the granny stripe shawl I am crocheting with a 4mm crochet hook. And this I will link you these hooks. It's a hook set in the show notes in the description field below, because they are very affordable. They are not expensive. I don't know if it is a famous brand. It's called Fusion, but they are awesome. They are so nice to. They feel very nice in hand. They have a kind of feels like an eraser, but not. Yeah, it's very soft and ergonomic. It doesn't hurt at all. It doesn't matter how many hours you crochet. You don't feel the handle of the hook. It's awesome. They are really awesome, and the hooks. And the hooks are very sharp. They don't split the stitches. They are only sharp here in the inside. And dull, I think is the word, in the outside. They are awesome. The next project I also crochet with these hooks. So, oh no. Okay, now I see. Now I see. No, the granny stripe shawl I'm crocheting with a 4.5mm. Every size comes in another color. That's also a thing I like. And this project I'm showing you now is with 4mm. It's the New York shawl. I have done this already in a blue gradient, and this time I'm crocheting it out of a very cute and pretty non-plied glittery yarn. It has, I will count the strands for you now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 light rose strands, 1 coral and 1 peach. And one of the rose strands has stellina. So it comes on this cone, I think it's called. I have bought this, now we have 2018, I think 4 years ago. And I didn't like to knit with this kind of non-plied yarn. I have talked about non-plied yarn already in other episodes. But to crochet it, it's so it's so nice, so lovely, and I think the look of it is so pretty. Yeah, I think you can see this. So nice. And this, well, it doesn't look nice now because I still have to block it, needless to say. It is half and half cotton and acrylic. And this is, now I will spell it because the person who might watch this can understand a little bit English, but I'm pretty sure she can't understand single spelled letters. So this will be for MOTHERS Day. So now you know who is the recipient, and the recipient won't know. MOTHERS Day. So, and this is, no, I won't say the month because then she maybe understands. Yeah. Because she asked me to make more of those. Yeah. I already gifted one for Christmas, and yeah, so she liked it. Okay. So yesterday and the day before yesterday, I tidied up my whip basket. I don't always house all my projects in project bags because at the moment I'm not so much on the road that I have to put them in bags, and I like to put them all at one place so that I don't forget something, or yeah. Genau. Genau is German, sorry. Yes, indeed. And it was a little bit overwhelming for me, all my projects. So I have to say I cast on 3 other projects now, but yeah, I felt like I have to decide if there are projects I want to frog, or I really want to finish, or put aside for a special season. And yeah, so I finished the mittens so that they can get off the needles. But I frogged the annulaire. It's not because of, you see the picture on the screen. I frogged it not because of the pattern or so. I will definitely knit this pullover in the future, but I didn't like the gauge I created. That wasn't, and then I didn't know if the color would be so awesome for me next to my skin. At first I thought it would be very pretty because it's blue, but it's a very light blue, and I think as a pullover it's too light for me. I need rich colors. So I frogged this, and did I frog anything else? No. But I was browsing or searching through this basket and to get an overview, and picked up my sock out of my own hand-dyed yarn and turned the heel. This I did yesterday. So just as a reminder, this is the finished sock. It's a just 75-25 normal sock blend, but German sock yarn. Not so soft, not merino yarn. It's a really true, like opal, German sock yarn. But I dyed it. It's the colorway the 90s. I love this. And it's heavy sparkly. And yesterday I had to knit, I think, 2 or 3 centimeters in the round, and then I turned the heel, a wrap and turn heel. And today I knit 2 or 3 rounds, and then I didn't want to do this anymore. I don't know why. I should finish this maybe today so that I have it off my needles. I want to tidy up everything, you know. I want to finish what I have, and yeah, recklessly casting on other stuff. Yeah. Okay. So there isn't much to talk about. Because I also have 2 other socks not finished. It's the second sock of my Christmas sock. So I don't know if I should finish that in July, because then I will host the Christmas in July make along, or waiting until Christmas, or just finishing it now so that I have the needles and it's fresh off the needles and everything is clean, and it's in the spring always my goal to tidy up. And yeah, this is the finished sock, and I don't know, I should finally finish them, because I am struggling with this yarn so long already, I think 2 years. And the second is a fall sock, and again I don't know if I should wait until fall, so I have a fall project, so this is the finished sock, or just finish it now. No, and that's still so much. Because there are other yarns I would enjoy more now. But this is a whip since also 2 years or so. And that's stupid. I should just finish it. I think it's the neocortex. Is it also the English word? So it's Latin, but pronounced in English, neocortex, is saying, Anna, you should just finish it. You have to finish things you start. You know, you are an adult, and that's how adults handle the world. Starting something, finishing something, and then go to the next project. But the child in myself screams, no, I want to knit all the other yarns. Yeah. So these are 2 seasonal sock whips. I don't know if I will finish them out of off season. But because I wanted to knit another sock, I started. So there were 2 reasons. I saw these socks in my drawer and thought I just have to knit them, because they are so pretty and they are so soft and special, and I haven't knit out of this yarn a sock for me, because I knit, it's about Felici. Oh, it's so soft. I knit one time with Felici until now, and it was for my mom. So this is the colorway Lime 8. I hope it's pronounced that way. You see the tag here. Would it focus? Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. It screams spring. I love these colors, and I love Felici, and I love self-strapping yarn, and oh. And for Christmas I received, so it's a late Christmas present, because it was, I have been gifted these needles. I received needles for Christmas, and these needles have been gifted to me in the beginning of February, because I wasn't able to meet up with a part of my boyfriend's family earlier, and they gifted me Haya needles, and I so badly wanted to try them. It's a DPN set made by the Haya company, and they are my favorite needles, I would say. But these are not Haya sharps, they are just Hayas. But they are pretty sharp, but not like the sharps, because if you knit for several hours with the Haya sharps and you always swift the needles with your pointing finger, you will get a hole into your finger. I have experienced it. Yeah, because I always do this, and then it hurts after a few hours. But with these not, they are awesome, and I wanted to try them, and I wanted to play with another yarn, and so I decided just to cast on another sock. So they are 1.5 US size, 2.5 millimeter, 6 inches, and very light. They are like nothing. They are so light. They have no weight, I would say. They are made of air. And I love metal needles. I love slick needles. Perfect. In combination with this yarn, that's how it looks in the cake. It's just zen knitting. So because I didn't want to knit a plain white cuff just because I wanted immediately to start with the fun yarn. I knit a 2x2 cuff already in the Felici colorway, so in the Limeade colorway. But I wanted to have a textured sock because I find it very neat to have a self-striping textured sock. I did this with a Lana Grossa sock yarn already, and I decided to do it again with the blueberry waffle pattern because it's only striping and not patterning, and so it really shows off the yarn and the pattern. I like it. It's so soft. Kristen always says like buttered kittens, and it's, yeah, definitely. And the heel and the toe will definitely be in white. But I didn't do the cuff in white just because I wanted to play right now with this color. Oh, it's so soft. So I think I should buy more higher needles. Maybe an interchangeable set or just many needles without buying a whole set. And more DPNs. I love higher. They are my favorite needles. These, and if you don't always want to have sharp tips, too sharp tips because it's hurting, my Knit Pro Dreams set. These are my two favorite needle sets or needle types. So many people are talking about the Lücke needles at the moment, but I can't see, I haven't had them in my hand, but I can't see a difference between those and the Knitter Sprite or Knit Pro. I think they are the same. Yeah, I don't know. I just assume it. What I really don't like is bamboo. I hate it. It's too sticky for me. It slows me down enormously. So. And now we come to the last whip. Because having a gazillion works in progress, the thing you have to do is cast on another, right? And it was so crazy because yesterday in the night, I think it was 10:30 or maybe already 11, I don't know, PM. And I was very tired and I already turned off the heating in my room because overnight I turn it down. And it was so cold already, and it was like so I have to go to bed now. But then I felt such a strong wish to cast something on. I don't know why, but so I frogged the pullover, and so I thought, oh, I still have a whip. No, 2 whips. Okay, and I thought, okay, I want to cast something on with a very nice yarn. Because I did the Felici cast on in the morning and I realized how much fun it is to just play with nice yarn. But I didn't want to pay too much attention to a pattern. So, because I was thinking about maybe casting on another pullover or so, because I frogged the annulaire and yeah, I want to knit some garments also, and yeah. And then I was browsing through my library and my queue on Ravelry and the Hot Right Now patterns, and there wasn't something I really wanted to do. So I knew I wanted to use 2 skeins of the same yarn, and it should be a crescent shaped shawl. And nothing with lace, because it's a very dark yarn and you wouldn't see the lace. And I like the Among the Shadows shawl by Colleen Kinnersley, but it's just for DK and I'm not brave enough to just use fingering weight and see what happens. And then, so let me see. Then I found the Modern Love shawl. It was designed by a woman, maybe you can read her name on the screen, for Lineade Yarns. I think it's yarns. Yeah, for the company Lineade. Yeah. And I wanted to use this yarn. On camera it is really a show stealer. Also in person, but on camera it's like oh, it's so awesome. So it is by a German dyer. It's called Das Mondschaf, so the moon sheep. And the base is Andromeda. And the colorway is Grey Joy. Maybe you can remember that I started a crocheted shawl with this yarn and realized that this was too heavy, variegated for the pattern. The crochet shawl would have been very pretty, but I think it's a pattern for a very muted colorway. So I wanted so badly to do something with this. So they suggest US 3, but I'm using a 2.5mm needle. So no, here's 2 to 3. Okay. Oh, I didn't read it right. So then it's correct. This is how it looks in a cake. Oh, it's so pretty. This would make a very pretty cardigan, but I only had 2 skeins. And I started the Modern Love shawl yesterday in the night, and it is only as the Among the Shadows shawl. How can I show you? Only Garda and stockinette. And you can't really see the Garda straps. I just wanted to have a pattern which shows off the yarn and not so much the pattern. And that was what the designer was going for. In the description of this pattern, she said that she was thrilled to be designing something for Lynette, and she finds the yarn she had to design with so pretty in itself that she doesn't want to make so much patterning, so that you can more focus on the yarn and show off the yarn. So I think it's very pretty. If you hear clicking, it's my needle, because I have it on very long cords, because it will be very long and huge. And this pattern is adjustable, so it is made only out of, I think, 1 skein, but you can just add how many repeats you want. That many repeats you want, and many people did this. So I looked up on Ravelry how they did this, and it will be very easy. So you can make it as huge as you want. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. And in front of my window is again a very selfish and stupid and me driving crazy person, which let the engine of his or her car running while buying cigarettes. I hate these people. No, it's really a hatred. Because it's bad for environment and bad for my ears. So, okay. Yeah. Awesome. And last night, I don't know, I was just like falling asleep while knitting it, but I wanted to play with this yarn. And it's really an easy pattern. And I haven't knit a shawl for very long. I crocheted lots of shawls. So, oh, I'm knitting the shawl on Knit Pro Symphonies and in 3.5mm, so US 4, I think. Yeah. Okay, and then my last work in progress is a very long taking work in progress. I don't know why, maybe because I had several months in which I didn't knit at all. It's The Starting Point by Joji Locatelli. If you still don't want to know how it looks, because it was a mystery knit along, look away. So I finished clue 4 on one piece. I still have to do clue 4 on the second. Oh no, it's the wrong piece. This is the right one. Oops. So I already have the half of the stitches on hold, as she told you to do. I have this on a cable and then these stoppers and they are out of my Knit Pro interchangeable needle set, and this is awesome because scrappy yarn is always, you have always a hard time picking up the stitches again because the yarn isn't as thick or as big as a cable, and yeah, you can just screw them off, put on the needle, and then knit from this or switch over more easy. And on the other side I have the live stitches, so to say, on my knitting needle on the Higher Sharps US 4. So clue 4 is going only, it's not much, only this stripe here and this black stripe. So maybe I do clue 4 on the second piece. And the lace pattern isn't difficult. You have had this already in clue 1, and in clue 4 you only do it twice, so it's really easy and it's intuitive because it's a very easy, you only always see the V's, and even for me, and I'm really not a lace knitter because it's too busy for my taste, I'm more a very simple design person. I really like stripes or big blocks of colors, but I don't like so much lace. It's just too busy. So I'm not that experienced, but this you can recognize very early what to do now without looking on the pattern. You see, oh, there's the hole and you need the hole next to the hole, so you have to do knit first and then a yarn over without looking. You just know what to do. Sorry for the clicking, if you could hear it, this. Yeah, this is up to clue 3. And on clue 5 you have to join the two pieces. And that will be very interesting. I hope it's not too difficult. I love the designs by Joji Locatelli. And I love the color choices. So my color choice. I have to admit that I was browsing through many works in progress or many project pages. I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. And many color choices I really don't like. So I'm sorry. So as you can see, I chose 3 one-colored colors, so to say. Blue, gray, black and white. And the only busier colorway is the typewriter. So if you are interested in the yarns. So my first, it's out of my eye now. So No Name White, Lana Grossa Cashmere Sock Yarn, Hedgehog Fibers Typewriter, No Name Black, Jelly Beans Yarns Spark. These are my 5 colors, and I think one speckled yarn is definitely enough. It definitely is enough. This is my favorite section. These color blocks here. I like very simple designs. I don't like so much color work. I like the Norwegian pullovers, but I don't like heavy colored. I like them with 2 or 3 colors and then really soft and not so screaming loud colors. And all the crazy colors and self-patterning or striping or variegated I use just for socks or like this. That's okay. But I wouldn't wear something as a garment. Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult to explain. And these are all my favorite colors. This color palette has my number all over it. My name all over it. Yeah, and it was very much fun to do because I love Joji's patterns the most. I have now knit by patterns from various designers, and her patterns are the easiest. Not because this thing is easy, maybe for a beginner it's not easy, I don't know. But the way she is explaining everything and showing, and with graphics and all her comments and hints in the pattern, you can't do something wrong. So even if you say, oh, I'm a beginner knitter and I don't know if I can do this, with Joji you can do everything. Okay, I think that will be the title of this episode. With Joji you can do everything. Yes, it's really easy because she is writing the patterns so well. Okay, I have this in my huge bag because so many skeins and so on. Oh, I think I will knit on this today. Because, yeah, I will talk about it later. And I have to show you something out of the pattern without giving too much away because it's a paid for pattern, but I find it so funny. So, yeah. So I will show you one project. I am weaving in my ends always right away. After finishing one clue, you always have multiple ends hanging there because of all the color changing. So up to 6 ends, I would say. And I do it always after finishing the clue. But not everyone does this. And so I want to show you. I find it just so fun. After the 4th clue, she wrote this onto the pattern. And come on, you can weave in those ends already. I find it very, very sweet, I think. It's very sweet. Yeah, and the patterns, the design of the patterns, not the design of the piece unit, I mean the layout, so that's the correct word. I can't show you, unfortunately, because I can't hold it on in front of the camera. Yeah, so the layout is so clean. That's the second thing. Sometimes the patterns are written very good and easy, but you have a hard time reading the pattern because too long written rows, for example. Do you know what I mean? Do you understand me? So you have a whole 2 rows of description of what you have to do in one knitting row. So I have to have everything on a small spot so that I can overview it quickly, for example. And yeah. And then the distance between the rows, the written rows. These are all things which are important. Yeah, I would like to show it, but I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, so Joji Locatelli is awesome. Awesome, and I knit very much already of many of her designs. And so, speaking of that, I think after finishing the starting point, that's how it's called, I finally, well, I want it already now, but I finally can cast on this beautiful thing. The Feathers in the Wind cardigan. I will show you some photos. She is so... Oh, I love her, really. I'm a fan. I'm a Joji fan. That's the... As I told you, I'm not so much into lace, but that's okay. That's not too much. It's very delicate. Is it the right word? I hope so. And what I like about it is this collar, sorry. Those kinds of collars I wear. I love to wear because it keeps you warm. This doesn't look very good on myself, but this is awesome. I like this. So, and this is the Feathers in the Wind, made out of this beautiful yarn. I have arranged everything in my sweet terrier bag. This is such a nice bag. I really love this. It's Malabrigo. This is the yarn she used. Although this looks darker. I don't know. Maybe it's just another dye lot. It's Malabrigo Arroyo. Ja, Benny, ich hab's auch gehört. That was a guy with loud music. So that's the Arroyo. Malabrigo. And the colorway is Sandbank. And I calculated and think that I will need 5 skeins. These are 4. Oh, this color is so awesome. And the 5th I have already caked and ready to knit a swatch. Maybe I knit the swatch already, just to have fun with the yarn and prepare and so on, and then I can right away start with her pretty cardigan. I hope it's not too difficult for me. I really hope so. I have knit 3 cardigans already, and only one has a perfect fit. And the funniest thing is, it was the first cardigan I knit, the snow cloud cardigan. That really fits me perfectly, like a bought from store. Then I knit the featherweight cardigan, which I did correctly, but because of its construction, it always comes off of my shoulders. Yeah, and now Kristen also said the same in her last episode, or yeah, I think in the last episode. So it's not my fault. Okay, and the 3rd cardigan is this huge, a little bit oversized Georgetown cardigan. So I like it because the yarn is awesome. It's the Lana Grossa Cashmere Tweed, and you have the pretty rustic, it's a bit airy, you have the pretty rustic look of the tweed, but it's not itchy at all because of the cashmere. 30% cashmere and 70% normal wool, I think merino. And it is so soft. And normally it should be fitted, but I swatched. But although I have swatched and I got gauge with my swatch and my needles, it became so wide. So, but it's okay, you know, I don't always have to slim fit clothes. Okay. Oh, 52 minutes already. Let me check my notes. Yeah, so I quickly talk about our make-alongs. Until March 31st, we still have the Finish That Skein Along. In that along, it's about finish our leftovers. Not only the nice minis, but you can also put your blankets into this knit along. But I was more thinking about finishing all the partial skeins, leftovers from you knit a whole shawl in 3 colors, and then you have this rest of 40 or 50 gram or even more, and then you house it in your leftover bag, and maybe you don't do anything with this. And I found out that we have so many possibilities to knit pretty tiny presents. For example, the simple house slippers, perfect for leftovers. You can also hold your yarn double or three-stranded and knit with this and create funny effects. Or you can make ornaments out of your leftovers, or dish or washcloth and so on. And then you could also have something to put in your treasure chest, for example. So the Finish That Skein Along is running until 31st of March, and then I will draw a winner out of the Ravelry thread. Yeah. So, and then we have 2 year-long knit-alongs going. The treasure chest along, I have talked about it already. It goes until the end of this year, and I will draw the winner on January 1st from our Ravelry thread. And there are also already many entries. I always want to say already and or also, I mix them always up. And yeah, there is, yeah, I think you can put anything there. Just, it has to be a gift. You can knit, crochet, sew, stitch, even nut fiber crafts. So for example, I did bath bombs last year for Christmas, and why not doing bath bombs and put it in your treasure chest? But be careful, they only hold up 2 or 3 months or so. You do not have to knit something as a Christmas present. If you want to knit something to have presents in stock for throughout the year, as I told you in the beginning, it's fine. Put all your gifts in there. And it's not like with a box of socks, Carl from Kristen, that you have to keep them to keep them and photograph the whole treasure chest and put this. Yes, you can do this, but the idea is to have always presents in stock and to give them away throughout the whole year. So that's the treasure chest. And yes, you can also do for charity, because I was asked several times. And the year of ornaments is another along. And it's just about knitting all the ornaments, Christmas, Easter ornaments, Valentine's Day ornaments, doesn't matter. Put them into our Ravelry thread for that one too. It's also running through the whole year, and also the winner will be drawn on January 1st. And for those 2 year-long knit-alongs, we have a Instagram hashtag. So the treasure chest along is the TC along, hashtag TC along. Feel free to use it. I won't draw a winner from there. I will draw from Ravelry, but I think it's nice just to browse through the Instagram feed. I think it's always very nice and inspiring. And for the year of ornaments along, the hashtag is YO along, so WOO along. Feel free to use these hashtags. And now we come to the section where I just talk about random stuff, my private life and so on. If you are not interested, we will see each other next week, and it was great to have you here. For those who stick around, we have entered the Lent time, so we are preparing, Christ believers, preparing for Easter. And it is always, since I'm a child, really, it's my favorite time of the year. Not the Christmas time, it's also awesome, but as a Christian, it's for me the most important time, and it's always a time where I rethink my habits and want to change what went wrong in the past, and that's what Lent is for. So I'm going on Lent for sweets and candy this year, because I did this several times, and then I managed to keep it throughout the whole year, and I thought I was okay. It's okay now. I don't overdo something. I don't overdo the candy eating anymore, and then I took something else for the Lent of other years. But I fell back into that bad habit of just eating all the time the candies, and right before dinner or between dinner and done. It's just not good, And it's not like I had a choice for me. So I think a problem starts if you don't want to do something, but when you have to do something. And when there were candy, and I wanted not to eat candy until, I don't know, after the lunch or after the dinner, I wasn't able to keep this goal, so to say. So I had to have this. And that is like an addiction. So if you have to have something, it's an addiction. It can be something absolutely not dangerous. They don't have to be drugs. So candy or your smartphone or your computer, the internet, something. It doesn't have to be drugs to make you addicted to it. So only on the Sundays, today's Sunday, I can eat candy. I'm going on Lent for that, because in Catholic Church we don't, I think it's too fast. So to go on Lent on the Sundays, because it's the day of Christ, you don't, I would say you are not allowed to fast. I hope fast is the right word. And I'm doing sports again. That is very important for me. I had to make a break during the jaw therapy. By the way, I have finished my therapy and I can open my mouth now 4.5 centimeters, and that is what, a little bit more, I think 4.6 or 4.7 or so. And we found out that this is my natural ability of opening my mouth. We had to reach 4 centimeters. That is what every man has to be able to. And now it doesn't hurt, so it doesn't hurt anymore, it only hurts biting from a carrot, for example, or biting something very hard. That would still hurt a little bit, but that is not a problem because of the jawbone anymore. It's just the muscle I have to train now, and this I can't do without doing the therapy. This I'm doing on my own, so to say. So I finished the therapy and I can eat, and it's awesome. So because finishing the therapy, I'm allowed to do my weight training again, because it was a bit dangerous to do weight training with wrong positioned jawbone, because I could have done it worse. So I'm doing weight training again and a little bit of cardio. I think you call it also cardio. And on Monday I get a new training plan, because I realized that the circle training I was doing, they have now a new circle. It's full automatic. Full automatic with chips. You log in with the chip, and then the machine set up for your size and knows which weights, how much weight you train with, and so on. But they have a new circle now, and I don't enjoy it at all anymore. It's not comfortable. There are several reasons why I don't like this anymore. So I want to do a whole body training still, but I will do this on the old, not automatic setup training things. I don't know the vocabulary. I'm sorry. So, but I need a plan. So I asked my trainer if we could set up a plan, and this we will do on Monday. So going on land for sweets and doing sports again because of health. And oh yes, and I'm doing a social media detox challenge. So it's not that I not use a certain social media app or so. I have a plan for 30 days. It has nothing to do with Lent, but I realized that I can't concentrate so well for a long period of time, and that's not good, because our brain is like a muscle. As you use your brain, the brain will behave. So if you always interrupt your reading or concentrating with using your smartphone or with notifications popping up or even make a sound, your brain will get used to this kind of rhythm. It's like children who can't watch a whole movie without break, because they are used to, maybe not now anymore because of Netflix, but I think in my childhood and the generation after that, they weren't used to concentrate 90 minutes or 1 hour to a film, because they were used to have advertisement break, commercial break, I don't know, after 15 minutes because of TV. You know what I mean? So I want to train my brain again to concentrate for hours like I was able to when I was studying. And that is only possible if I force myself not to grab for my phone every 5 minutes or so. So in this detox challenge I found on Pinterest, I think, it's just a list of tasks for every day. So one day it was, for example, not scrolling until 11 a.m. And that was interesting, because first I thought, okay, that's no problem, that's no problem. And then I realized how often we pick up our phones, for example, while waiting for the bus, or while waiting the water to boil, or while going for a walk or something. We grab our phone and just randomly scroll through Instagram or Facebook or so, without a goal. It's not like that we see, oh, I will go onto the page, I will look up what Nina did, or what Nina did this week, or I want to look up this or that hashtag because maybe other people joined me in that knit along or so. No, we just browse through stupid scrolling for hours and hours. If you count all the minutes you scroll in your day, I think it's hours, or in the week. Okay, that was one task. Another task was no updates today. That was also very interesting. Every day is another task. Not in addition, it's another task. And that was interesting because I was crafting my photo book for Benny. Oh, I should grab it maybe. that you can see this. And I did something and thought, oh, I want to share it with my followers or so. And I don't know if it was the no updates today or if it was no Facebook today task of, but it was, I was arranging everything and thought, oh, okay, took my camera, so my phone, shot a photo, and immediately thought, no, you are not allowed to do this. And so I think it was the day I was crafting with these photos and stuff, and then I put the smartphone away, not to be not to be seduced or so by my phone, as silly as it sounds. And I was crafting for I think 2 or 3 hours without being interrupted. It's not that I have been interrupted in the past by phone calls or so, because mostly I have it muted. Is it muted when it don't make noise, my phone? But my brain always tells me, look up your Instagram likes or your Facebook likes or something. So, and I knew I wasn't able to post today, so I put it away. I can look up the notifications also at the end of the day. And it was so enjoyable to just focus on one thing. I really only listened to music in the background and was crafting my heart out. And that was very, very satisfying. So I can definitely recommend to do this. If you type in your Google search or Pinterest or so 30 days social media detox or so, you will find it. And maybe there are several other ideas for detox. Yeah, and I started to write diary again. All that stuff. I really started over. For many people, the January 1st is the starting day of, I don't know, being healthy again or doing something again you didn't do but you like it or so. For me, always it's spring, it's Lent. It's not that I have it is in a religious impact to not use social media too much or so. It's just like you tidy up your soul, yourself during Lent in preparation for resurrection of Christ. And because of that, it seems very logical, or it makes sense to me to not only tidy up bad habits, which are bad habits with for a religious person, because eating so much candy as you want to is maybe not a problem for a not conscious, not religious person also. It's just, the Lent is just inspiring me to make a new self, just to tidy up. I don't know how can I say it in English. John the Baptist said before Jesus was coming, what is krumm in English? You know, this is plain and this is not plain. I don't know the English word for that. And he said everything which looked like this, so the path is, you have to make plain so that Christ can come to you. And that's the thing I do during Lent. I reflect on what became like this, and I want to have it like this again. I hope you understand. Okay, that was everything I wanted to share with you this week. Now I will tidy up and edit and put it out to you, and I'm looking forward to your reactions, and if you liked everything and if you have questions, you can contact me. I will try to link everything or much in the description field below. You have to click on show more to see everything. And yes, so I hope you have an upcoming nice week and enjoy your crafting time and take time for yourself. You are worth it. We will see each other next week. Bye bye.